name began to whisper through the corridors of the Senate. Valyria Maselina. She was not born into the purple silk of nobility, nor raised amidst the gluttonous feasts of the Palatine Hill, but forged in the quiet dignity of a scribe's modest household where ancient Greek texts were valued more than heavy gold. Her father taught her that while sharp swords could conquer lands, only true wisdom could conquer hearts, a lesson that would become her armor in a city drunk on its own glory. When Valyria first descended upon Rome, she found a beast disguised as a beauty. For beneath the glorious facades lay a rotting core of corruption where justice was sold to the highest bidder and the cries of the poor were silenced by the roar of the Colosseum crowds. Despised by the elites for her gender yet feared for her intellect, she stormed the imperial advisory circle not with armies, but with undeniable logic that cut through their deceit like a honed gladius, slicing open the festering lies that had kept the empire sick for decades. It was Emperor Tibberon, a man burdened by the weight of a crown he never sought, who first noticed the scribe's daughter plotting not for treason, but for the salvation of the state. He appointed her high steward, a move that sent shockwaves of jealousy through the established order, yet within months, Valyria restored the treasury and banned the cruelest taxes that had strangled the common people who had long been forgotten by those who lived in marble halls. The citizens adored her, seeing in her eyes the reflection of a mother who mourned their suffering, and soon children sang her name in the streets while senators plotted in the shadows. But influence has its price in a world built on ego. The older men, their fragile pride wounded by a woman who outwitted them at every turn, whispered dark poison into the emperor's ear, claiming her popularity was a prelude to a bloody coup designed to steal his throne. Paranoia, that ancient disease of kings, took root in Tibberon's heart. In a moment of weakness, he signed the decree that stripped Valyria of her titles and banished her to a desolate island far from the city she loved. Silence fell over Rome as she departed, her head held high, leaving behind a city that had chosen vanity over virtue. Without her guiding hand, the empire descended into chaos as greed returned to the Senate, and the treasury was drained by foolish wars and lavish parties. Famine stalked the streets, and the very people who had cheered for her exile now prayed for her return, realizing too late that the foundation of their prosperity had walked out the gates. For 5 long years, Valyria lived in simple solitude, tending to a small garden and reading her beloved texts, watching the horizon with a heavy heart but a clear conscience. Then, as fate turned the wheel, the emperor lay dying and the city burned with riots, forcing the very men who exiled her to beg for her return. She did not return for revenge, but for duty. Valyria walked back into the Senate, graying but unbroken by the years of cruel isolation, and with a single speech, she quelled the panic and forged a new path forward. Her second rule was brief but truly golden, a testament to the power of a righteous mind. When she finally, passed into the Elysian fields, the entire empire mourned, erecting a statue in the forum not of a conqueror with a sword, but of a woman holding a scroll. It stands there still, a silent reminder that while great emperors crumble and stone erodes, the legacy of truth remains eternal for Valyria the Just.